There are so many physical contact sports out there that can have a high risk of injury. Football is one of those high risk sports for injuries. These injuries can mess with the player's mind, and that would be a concussion. If concussions are mild, they usually don't have any long-term effects from them because they pretty much fade off after a couple weeks or a couple months. But if the concussion is bad enough, you can have pretty bad long-term effects. However, studies have shown that a lineman is actually most at risk of a concussion with a 7% chance of receiving one. And a result of that 7% chance of receiving a concussion, if they do, they have a 40% chance of getting depression from those concussions. While the quarterback has the lowest chance of getting a concussion, there's a big risk of cognitive impairment for the football players who do get a concussion, especially for the high-risk positions. With each 5 years of play, the risk for cognitive impairment increases by 20%, while the rate for depression rose by 9%. These numbers show that the long-term effects from these concussions. Other studies have shown that NFL players that have been studied sustain a concussion, will score better than retired NFL players on some tests, just because of the signs showing up later on in life. Just some of the problems include a lower processing speed, a decline in their vocabulary, and episodic memory. McLean Hospital says researchers noted that many head injuries or subconcussive blows may not have been diagnosed right when they get hit, because they may have been just a little too mild to be noticed then, and they'll get diagnosed later on, and sadly some of them haven't been able to get the help that they needed when they needed it because it wasn't diagnosed as a concussion. But overall, I really think that is an important sport to be involved in because it gets you really in shape. But it is important to know the risk with playing this sport. You got to know, the parents got to know what their kid is getting into, and the kids got to be ready for what they're going to be playing with, just depending on the position that they play. But I think it's a great sport overall. You just got to be careful with how you play. Thank you.